We are live, live, live. Hold on, let me get this crap off of here. I'll explain that a little later on. What's up, and welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. Herman's here. I'm
How you
here.
doing?
We'll have a few other people in. Later on, we're going to actually have someone from NYC 5 Borough on here. His name is sorry about this. No, oh, wait a minute, just mute it. There we go.
What happened?
And I'm on. Now I had to pull up the show window so I could see the chat room. What's up, Drone Evolution? I will send you a link right now as we speak. Actually, he says he'll be on. Al Diaz, what's up? Oh, Herman, Al
Hey,
Diaz wants to become one of
great
those
stuff.
guys. So I told him in about 2 or 3 weeks because I believe on the 23rd of this month Billy Kyle's gonna be on here
Yeah,
on Sunday nights with those guys. What's up, Jay Santiago, a nameless droner? um, he was on your stream how many weeks ago? Was that about two
a
weeks
couple
ago or
weeks ago,
something
two
like
weeks
that?
ago.
Huh?
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks ago.
Okay, okay. Maybe I need to turn my speaker up some. But what's up, nameless droner? But anyway, he will be on Sunday nights with those guys. Yes, Billy Kyle will be here. Jerry Freeman, what's up? How are you? And I
Jay
look forward to it.
Santiago. Don't
Rick
forget.
Halver, how are you? I
Hey,
look forward
Albert,
to it.
how's it going, man?
You know why? Because I'm trying to get Billy Kyle to show me some footage that he shot one night we were hanging out in Jersey. So
Uh-huh.
he says the next time that we meet in person, he's gonna put it on his phone and he's gonna show it to me.
Okay.
So I kind of look forward to that, and we're getting ready to go down to Mr. Crowley and his drone. What's up, brother? How are you? We're getting ready to go down
How's it
to
going?
Atlantic City in New Jersey, right?
Yeah, what's that, the 27th?
Yes, yes, yes. On the 27th of June, guys. So if you're in the area, we're going down to, they're having a drone convention. Now, first of all, I must say I've never been to a drone convention. And hold on, someone just sent me a text. Oh, Eddie Nunez. He's supposed to be on here. Running super late, stuck in traffic.
Oh, uh-oh.
All right, if worse gets to worse, you can go live from your phone. He says he's stuck in traffic running late, but that's okay. We can go on. Anyway, um, there's a drone convention down in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
I think it's about 27 to $30 a ticket, and Herman and I are going to be down there from Thursday night. From Thursday, the starting day of the convention, until about Saturday morning. So basically, we'll be there about 2 days, maybe a day and a half. Well, about 2 days roughly.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good convention.
Yeah. So, oh, and also I spoke to Billy Kyle, and he said that there's a possibility he might show up at the convention too. So that'll
Hey,
be cool because if he says if he does, it may be on Thursday or Friday. He doesn't know which day, but I told him we have a room down there, and if he needs to charge batteries or something, or just want to come by and eat a Philly cheesesteak, he could come up there and do it and hang out with us.
hey, Tony's review. How's you doing, Tony? Hey guys, check out this guy's channel, man. If you want to know anything about anything that comes out on the market, check this guy's channel out, man. It's a
What's up,
pretty good
Tony's
channel.
review? I saw you in, I think I
He's
saw
got
you
some
in
very
Pusa
good content.
Studios one night. I think I saw him in Pusa Studios one night. But anyway, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. We're going to be semi interviewing an NYC 5 Borough Drone meetup member from here in New York, which, by the way, we had a meetup today. There was a meetup today also, right?
Yeah, it
And
was pretty good.
we wound up going to the meetup. Unfortunately, Herman and I had already knew we couldn't fly because I had to get back to where I live on in West Bubble Blank, way out here. And just to get to Herman, it's 45 minutes to an hour. So he had to drop me off at the train station, and then I have to take the train home. So, and I wanted to come home and just sit here and relax and play some Xbox and just chill because a couple of Sundays, I'm not going to lie, you guys may not have known this, but Herman has. I'd be making it by the skin of my teeth. I'd run in the door, cut the computer on, and throw my coat down and try to go get something to drink, and we're live like that. So it's kind of fun and everything. But we have a little bit of drone news. What do you have anything we want to talk about before Eddie? Eddie's running late, so we can kind of shoot the breeze for now anyway.
Okay, well, how far is he? Did he say
Um,
he
he
would be?
didn't get back to me. He just said he's running really late. So, but I did tell him you can still log in from your phone.
Okay.
So if worse comes to worse, I'm sure he has a phone cradle for his phone so he can sit it there while he's driving and stuff. But
Well,
um,
the only thing that you had mentioned to me was about this thing about everybody's talking about this thing with new drone laws for the hobbyists. Technically, they're not really new.
well, if anyone knows of these new drone laws, I would like them to explain them to me because for the simple reason they don't seem all that new, like you said, and I haven't seen anything in the FAA website
The
pertaining
only,
to.
the only other thing that I've seen that them come up with that was new in the rules was that the hobbyists were eliminated from the controlled airspace until Lance is enacted. So
Well,
that's the only other thing that per se is new.
well, from what I
Everything
understand, um, they did at Flushing Meadows Park, which guys is a registered
well, technically
airfield.
that's
Hey,
not an
what's up,
FAA
Elliot?
drone law.
I forgot to send Elliot a link too. Damn. Give me a second. They are a registered airfield, which is within the 3 mile radius of a medium-sized airport. And what's funny about it is we used to be able to fly all over that park, and now they've limited you to that airfield and a maximum height of 200 feet, which I recently found out from somebody, a member in New York. But until they finish Lance, they need to finish Lance immediately. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it sounds good, but they could they could play along and play around with that until whenever they felt like it. It's already the season that started.
Brent Nunley, how are you, brother? Elliot, I sent you that link. Al Diaz, hello, welcome back. We appreciate you guys coming in. It's Sunday nights with those guys. I'm kind of amped and not amped. I mean, we went to a meetup today, and NYC Five Borough Drone Meetup. They had a meetup today in Calvert Vaux Park. Now, this park has kind of sentimental feelings for me because I lost a drone there about 2 years ago. And I have flown in the park since then, but I didn't get a chance to fly there today. And I knew if I pulled my drone out, I would have been rushing back home to get to the live stream. And that's not what I wanted to do.
Well,
Thomas
for me,
O'Sullivan, how are you, friend?
hey Thomas, what's up? For me, Calvert Vaux Park is where I actually, well, you could say I got started there, and it's like, you know, honestly, I try to forget the park because that's where I met Elliot.
Hey, Elliot, rumor is in Calvert Vaux Park that guy over there with that drone is crazy. That's all I'm going to say.
He goes, yeah, what was it? The guy in the park says, "You know that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "That guy flies high and far."
Are you getting any feedback? Say something. I want to see if you get an echo.
Like what?
You didn't get an echo there? Good, because I just turned the speaker up and I know this microphone, these stereo microphones tend to pick up the speaker
Oh,
that's behind it. And I didn't want like an infinite loop going in. But okay, let's talk about something as far as drone news. Let me open up another window. I don't have anything of grave importance this week, but last week I was really excited about the Storm. DJI launched a drone. Those of you who don't know it, called the Storm. You cannot buy this drone. You can't even touch this drone. It's the drone comes with a van and a camera crew. You can look it up on YouTube, or I'll find the link. I have it in watch later folder. I'll put it in the chat room. But you rent this drone from DJI, and they have a new branch in their offices called DJI Studio. And DJI Studio is basically them getting into the professional camera system, the movie industry, let's say.
Well,
And go ahead.
you can't buy it now,
Right.
and it's either they'll sell it or they'll get moved out of the industry because you can't bully nobody to hire you for a job.
But you know, that's some
They
gangster.
either won't use your product. There's other
Hold
companies
on.
out there that's leading that whole industry.
That's some gangster stuff, though.
Right,
When you
so
come
they'll
out with
either
a
just
drone,
won't use your junk.
yeah, that's true. But you come out with a drone, and not only do you come out with a drone that's $150,000, okay, but then you come out with a drone that can carry a $40,000 to $50,000 camera on it, and then you say, if you want to use this drone, you have to hire this three-man crew and the van that it comes in.
That's all right, because we got a 107 pilot that we hired that came in with somebody else's equipment.
Jerry Freeman says, "I wonder what DJI is going to show us on Tuesday." And what I'm about to say is, it may sound mean, but from this point on, I will no longer speculate on what DJI is coming out with because they have us so damn baffled and confused. We're just going blah, 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 like that.
They think it's a toy car.
Right, because what's happening is they launched that Storm. Okay, they launched the Storm drone. Let me
Mm-hmm.
get the link for it. They launched it so you guys can see it. I'll actually show the video again this week, but they launched this drone. And what was funny about it was they literally launched it and kept it on the hush. And here it
Yeah.
is. People are going Mavic 2, Mavic 2 Pro, ooh and on. While they're looking this way, they launched a $150,000 drone that nobody can buy.
Mm-hmm.
So how powerful is DJI if they're able to launch something and launch something else and you not even know what the hell it's about?
Well, you know, like how I know, DJI launched that drone and have just the two for those two vans that they got to ride around with it. Like I said, if you come out with a drone that does what this drone does, and there's other drones out there that's doing it, and there's companies that we reported this already. I don't offhand remember the name of the company, but
Right.
they're leading the industry. It's an Australian company. They're leading the movie industry right now with these drones, and DJI just got into the market with them. So if DJI wants to tell you that you can't buy this drone, they'll get moved out of the market because they're not gonna. You can't bully anyone into hiring you for a job. Your drone just won't get used.
I could see what you're saying. I could see that. But let's do that real quick. You guys in the chat room, I don't know if you saw the Herman's live stream last week, but I showed the Storm, and it goes to show the most powerful drone company in the world did an old cartoon move on us, and they punched us in the belly and said, "Look up." And while we were looking up at the Mavic 2, they launched it. Elliot, thank you so much with the poopy face. Thank you. I
What's
appreciate
that?
it
Two
very
self
much. I did
portraits.
send you that link. But Herman, let me put that on and show these guys this video really quick. It'll kill some time and give Elliot a chance or someone else a chance to get in here. Okay, now I have it clicked on me. So if I stop talking, let's go share. Why is this not letting me share? Okay, click on me. Let's try it again. Because my computer's been acting funky, guys. I don't know what the hell is going on. Google Hangouts, share desktop,
It's called a computer.
Google Hangouts. We're sharing. For some reason, it had me change up. All right, give me a second, guys. I'm gonna blow it up to full screen and start it. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear it. But you can only get this drone if you get the crew and the van it comes with.
What happened to the
Can
picture?
you hear it, Herman?
I can hear it, but the picture there's
All right. Yeah, I know it's a little muffled,
there's no picture.
but you can see the picture though.
No, I can hear it. It's slightly, but there's no picture.
Hold on. You can hear it, but you can't see the picture.
Right.
That's what you're saying. Okay, let's stop that. Stop sharing, and let's try this again. Because I was able to show it last week, and it was working fine. Click on me, share entire screen. There we go. There it is, you idiota.
There you go.
Here we go. Yeah, I speak Italian when I'm drinking. No, I'm playing.
Look at this.
There it is. You can see it now, Herman?
Yeah, I told you there it goes.
Okay, cool.
There it is.
8 engines, 50 miles per hour, and this drone costs $150,000 by itself, but you cannot fly it unless you get the crew and the van it comes with.
Yeah, but it looks like a regular quad.
Well, it's a 3-leg.
Presented by DJI Studio. To meet the highest standards, Storm,
Like I said,
a heavy lifter aerial platform, is.
you see that camera?
Yeah.
The movie people already have theirs.
Roman 2.
They
Right.
don't need DJIs. DJI can come with that nonsense about, oh, we this and we that, and you'll just get moved out the market. They just won't use you.
When choosing your equipment.
There's other drones out there that's doing this already.
True, but they were able to launch this without anyone knowing.
Doesn't matter. You need someone to buy it.
They can't buy it. You got to rent it.
Well, that's why they're not going to make out with this.
You think so?
No, because they already have drones that are doing this already. And like I said, you got a movie crew and they have their drone pilots with on set. They already have their equipment. And if they want to use something like this, these things already exist. Why do we have to hire your crew to bring your drone? You just won't get used, bro.
Right. I understand that completely. I'm not cool with having to use your people
You know
either.
what I'm saying? It's not like we renting a bounce house for the kid's birthday party or something. We're a movie crew. It's a professional outfit. We don't. I mean, we got people that we use.
Right, for those scenes. My only problem with this is, you hear this? They come with a professional crew. Who's to say that crew can fly a drone better than me or someone I know who's been flying for years?
Well, the thing is, they know their equipment. I'll give them that. But my thing is, like I said, we got our guys that we use for these movies.
There's the truck that you get. You get the truck, the crew.
That we need that whole truck for that one little drone. Come on, we renting the truck or we renting that drone? Listen, it's a nice drone, but I'm not renting your freaking truck.
I believe we're renting the truck. I believe we're serious. Okay.
How much is it without the truck?
My only problem
How much
with
is it with 3 guys and a dolly?
with 3 guys in a dolly. No, see,
You need a truck? How about I pick you up?
Right. How about we come and pick you up in our van, one of those guys' van, and just give us the drone, right?
As soon as they put the drone in, we
If the
just
crew
pull
is
off.
anything like the customer service, I'd keep my distance. You know, you're right. Al Diaz, you're right about that. Anyway, 3 smucks in a truck.
You're like, what are
Hey,
these
Mr.
shots
Crowley,
of?
that's a Brooklyn thing. 3 smucks in a truck. I think, wasn't there a Brooklyn crew called 3 Guys in a Truck or something like that?
It might have been.
Yeah, I remember seeing riding in Brooklyn, and it was actually, they didn't have a truck, they had a van. Billy Bob's Video Service. That's funny. Elliot, I sent him a link, but anyway, let's get to some serious things. All right, now a while back, I had mentioned that here in the state of New York, they're actually using in Rome, New York, they're testing the drone highways between Rome, New York, and Utica, New York, and they're sending they're stopping all air traffic, for mishaps, and they're clearing a pathway from Rome, New York to Utica, New York, and they're flying as many as 50 to 75 drones at different altitudes and speeds past each other. Well, this same place in Rome, New York has been doing testing on drones with remote ID. Now, my only problem with that is they're doing the testing with drones that have I have a picture here I could show. They have drones that are Wi-Fi, using Wi-Fi tech. And I think that's kind of stupid that they are doing it that way for the simple reason. Let me just shrink this down so you can see. Wi-Fi tech will cover a lot of the drones out there, and eventually it will trickle up. But my problem with them testing it with Wi-Fi tech, I don't see the point. It's a waste of time. It's a waste. You need to do this testing on the drones that people are flying out there. I mean, you have the Spark, you have the Mavic Air, you have drones like that that run on Wi-Fi. But looking at this screen here, according to this program that they're using by ANRA Technologies, you can search for the drone by UUID, which is that RFID, and you can search for the drone by address. Okay, which would probably have something to do with starting point and where it is. I don't know, longitude, latitude, however they do it. Then you could search for drone by marker. I don't know what that particular rate mode is, but from what they show here, they only have two drones, and like I said, it's Wi-Fi tech, and they have the bubble. The you can see right here in the center of the screen that they are actually overlapping, and the blue area is supposed to be a no-fly zone. Okay, so there's one drone that's outside of a no-fly zone. It looks like something like a Class B airspace, something close to that. I'd have to look at my sectional to see what that actually is, but um I think it's kind of weird that they would be wasting their money on testing Wi-Fi drones when they should be testing higher quality drones. Seriously. Maverick Channel, how are you? And welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Well,
What do you think, Herman?
I don't know how new that is, but from listening to the symposium, I was listening to the woman that actually conducted many of these. She was on the testing portion of these things with the remote ID and the detect and avoidance, which was all part of the same process.
Right.
The drones being able to detect and to avoid. And where the FAA was looking at with this drone ID thing was the reason why, and you saw that article what they were talking about eliminating that is that you have pilots that are flying in planes who are at a certain altitude, and it would just be a waste of time and distraction to constantly have the hundreds or thousands of drones that'll be appearing on that radar in altitudes that are way below him.
Right.
So
In other words,
they were
it would
talking
create,
about
it would
doing
basically,
away with the ID of the drones being as transponders. But the drones that are in use right now, such as the ones that UPS has and the ones that Wing Aviation is using,
right.
and what Amazon is going to be coming out, they must have transponders on them because they're operating as couriers.
Yes.
They're
Yes,
operating
they have
under
to.
Part 135, and under Part 135, you must have transponders and receivers because they have to be able to avoid, to be able to see and avoid. They're also working with some different kinds of cameras with these things too. So they're also having to see and avoid is what they're looking at and be able to get out of the way of each other.
Okay. All right.
That's
What's
why I
up,
said when
Elliot?
you talked about the Wi-Fi tech, I thought that was interesting that they were wasting their time with that or how old that could have been because just recently at the symposium they were talking about this and they were talking about it with the drones that like I said, that UPS and
Right, right. That's why.
Amazon want to use. Those are not Wi-Fi drones. You know what I mean?
No, but this was my point. Already they're putting transponders in. What's up, Elliot? They're putting
Hey, man.
transponders in drones, right? And they're putting them in professional grade drones, industrial drones. And here it is in Rome, New York. They're wasting taxpayers' money to test this technology, UFID technology, on Wi-Fi drones. I see it as a waste of freaking money. I mean, I hate to get political, but our government has already wasted money. They could have went
Well,
somewhere else.
you got to think about this.
Uh-oh, here we go. Politics.
No, with no politics.
When, when you got remember, anytime money is set aside for research, they didn't say they set out to do anything. We just doing the research. You know, I got to pay salaries, and I got to, you know, whatever happens, it happens.
Okay. I was checking out Al Diaz, who's in the chat there.
Mm-hmm.
He just started putting out some videos as of lately of work areas and stuff like that. And they were pretty good. Okay, you've been 107 for 3 years. That's good to know. So if I have any questions for you, I'll definitely know who to go to. I'm actually trying to compile a list of 107 pilots. So when I'm ready to do this,
107's been around for 3 years?
Yeah.
no, Al Diaz has been flying as a 107 pilot for 3 years.
Wow. I didn't know that it was out that long.
What, 107 license?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 107
Yeah.
has been around for a while. They just made it, it's like golf. It just became affordable for the average guy.
Well,
That's what it is.
That's what it is. It's like golf. Now the average Joe can go out and buy a cheap set to teach himself, like I did for $200, and then get a real set after you learn how to play.
Well, I know a couple of guys that think they're better than that, but you know.
But
me, if I was to ever get a set of golf clubs, I'll be hitting it like Happy Gilmore, like slap shots. That's it.
But
I
Eddie
believe
sent me a message on Messenger and said that he was running late, and I was like, well, you can go live from your phone, so he should be here. You need advice on 107.
What
Well,
happened?
there's up to Al Diaz's 107 Maverick channel in the chat there. If you guys can do us a favor and keep the chat moving like that, we would appreciate that ever so much.
Well, you guys need to check each other out.
Yes, that's true. Support each other. Maverick channel. I am going to support your channel right now because I believe this is your first time here. No, it's not. I have you subscribed.
From a
I
lot
used
of
the
people.
S word. I used the S word.
Yeah.
Damn.
From a lot of people that I have heard, Tony Winthrop, Tony and Chelsea's channel, he has a 107 study test on YouTube that is, I think, about almost 2 hours long, and he covers everything. You watch that 2 or 3 times, you'll pass a 107.
Well, this is why I wanted to speak to Eddie Nunez, because he did something very similar. He studied for the test, and of course, you have to learn the key, the the ledger, the New York ledger. You have to learn everything on this one particular page. And basically, he went and took the test, and he said he knocked it out the box. So I was like, I wanted to know what video that he watched, and would he mind sharing that information. Also, he's been really busy doing a few jobs in Atlantic City. He did one shot where it was beautiful. The hotel is mirrored glass, and he had the sun reflecting off of it. And what they did to his picture, I really think they took a cleaver out with broken teeth in it or something and
did?
hacked it up. And they just put these yellows and blues all over the picture, and then they put it in their ad. But I guess it doesn't matter because he got paid for the picture.
They did that?
Yeah, the orange and the yellows and the blues. You remember seeing the picture? He was saying, hey, they're using my picture in this advertisement. Well, he took the picture. His original picture was a mirrored glass building with the sun in the background and everything like that. RemotePilot101.com. Listening to you guys while I dump and send video.
Hey,
Not a problem, Al. We appreciate you being here, period.
Maverick channel, I just supported your channel.
Right. Rick Halber also says, what questions do you have? Because this is a drone channel. We do drone talk. We try to do a little bit of drone news. And the guy that I was going to have on tonight, he's a 107 pilot as well. He's a newly. He just became a 107 pilot, but he's getting really busy. And him and Elliot, who's on the panel, are into cameras. Which, by the way, Elliot wanted to mention something for those of you who live in the New York area and are watching outside of the chat room. Elliot has an announcement. What's up, Drone Epic One?
Or even if they are watching the channel, if you guys want to come down, going to be in Coney Island later, trying to help out with long exposures and trying to help out with nighttime photography and also with drones as well. I mean, drones have shutters and aperture and same thing. So if you need help with that and want to work with nighttime and moving objects and try to get the best pictures possible, DM me or DM me on Instagram, Elliot825, and we'll meet up.
You're going to be in Coney Island where?
I'm going to be in Coney Island tonight. I don't want to give the exact location because if some people are flying their drones, but we'll be in the ride area. The rides are open till the rides are open till 10 p.m. So they'll be all nice neons, and you're going to have the swinging and the merry-go-round going. And
that's true. The Cyclone roller coaster, the infamous Cyclone.
Yeah, but for a photography point, that's not really interesting.
But I do know for a fact, since Thomas O'Sullivan says got to go. Thanks for popping in. I do know for a fact because the summer season did start on Memorial Day. Now you're not supposed to be able to fly from over the boardwalk while all of the concession stands and everything is open. But those are New York State rules that they say you're not supposed to fly over crowds of people, blah, 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 blah. I agree with all of that. But we living here in New York, it's kind of hard not to fly over someone.
Well, also, we're flying by the beach. We're not flying on the boardwalk.
True. A lot of people go out over the sand, but and there are some people that fly from other points to Coney Island. My only concern is at flying at night is I need to know everybody that's in the air.
Well, there's certain people that fly from buildings that you'll never know where they are.
Stop. Stop. Be nice. Be nice, man. We can't do that. We can't do that. We're here to support everyone and
we are absolutely. We support everybody
and help people with issues. Now, going into something else that I had, we talked about that. That was real simple. It's 5:33. You're watching Sunday Nights with those guys, and Billy Kyle. Speaking about Billy Kyle, I just saw a video. Herman and I were talking about drone companies that are have parachutes and stuff, and he was telling me that Billy Kyle did a video where I think they sent him a drone pack to put on top of his drone, and he's supposed to have a video out doing it. And I found this article saying that the FAA issues waivers for drones with parachutes to fly over people.
Right. Now,
indicates a way forward for new drone technologies. Well, I'm going to tell you something. When that dude's glider crashed into that dude's house in Connecticut, he didn't get in trouble. But yet you have something that weighs 3.4 pounds or 4.3 pounds, and it makes a forced landing on the sand by itself. They're ready to tase the guy for it.
Because you were peeping on people on the beach. That's why.
I ain't nobody peeping on no damn.
But I'm just telling you, that's what they think of drone pilots.
Because there was two guys back in Connecticut where that girl beat up that guy. Remember that kid?
Yeah, you remember that
dorky kid? She was beating on him. She was just wailing.
So why are you filming people on the beach?
But anyway,
he gave him the old mother treatment, beat him and talk to him at the same time.
Getting back to the story, there's a company called ParaZero Safe Air Systems, and they make parachutes for DJI products and other DJI emulated drones, and that's all I know. Because I don't think they need a parachute for the Evo. But it says in a significant move towards making flight over people more available to companies with commercial applications. Notice they said companies with commercial applications. There's
Of
nothing about
course.
hobbyists or 1035 people. It says that the FAA has announced that they have issued the Hensey Phelps Construction Company of Greeley, Colorado, a Part 107 waiver to operate the DJI Phantom drone equipped with the parachute over people.
Now, can I interject into that, please?
Go for it.
The reason why they're saying this is because this parachute, with fully equipped, you as a hobbyist, you're never going to own one. It's not cheap.
Right.
Check out the price on that thing. Or if you saw Billy's video, it's not cheap, especially for the Phantoms.
What's up, Justin? Hey, Eddie Nunez, I sent you the link through email.
What it has is it has a
Not much.
it makes a sound when the parachute deploys.
Right.
Does it sound like a cash register going off?
Oh no, that's me typing in the chat. There's
No, I'm saying the when the parachute deploys, because you could only use it once, I think.
No, you can use it a couple of 100 times.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, you can repack it, use it.
From what I understand, the one that Billy Kyle was using is redeployable. Now
Right.
they do have some of them with the little air cartridge. Most of them are gravity activated, so if it tilts beyond a certain degree or angle, it'll open the door and the chute will come out and stuff like that. I have not watched Billy Kyle's video. I'll probably watch it later on tonight. But this company has issued, this Hensel Phelps Construction Company has been issued a waiver to fly over people, and they're all they're doing is surveying land to build something.
Uh-huh.
Now, they say the parachute in question is a Para-Zero Safe Air. I'm going to click on the link and see what comes up here, and if it's worth looking at.
What's up? How's it going?
Yeah, but my question is that they made a whole stink about having to put a cage on your drone. So now you're telling me that they don't care about the cage anymore, and they could just fly over people as long as they have a parachute?
Well, what happens is the parachute
will make it softer when it
it
somebody in the
slows
head.
the landing of the drone down.
Right. And
You would think that, but you have
No,
to
it does.
No, you have to watch a video on YouTube when that parachute deploys. You're probably gonna break a leg when it drops.
but
Yep.
one thing I did notice, I have seen a few videos, the parachute does not always deploy fully.
That too.
I have noticed that it will, even if the parachute fills halfway, it does slow the drone down. But if it doesn't deploy fully, I'm pretty sure that this parachute will it's still gonna bust somebody in the head and make a scratch or something.
I saw it tested, and to me, I thought it was pretty good.
Rick Halber says he's been looking into getting one. Well, Rick Halber,
explain how it comes down without the parachute.
I have a page here, Rick Halber, that I can show you. It's actually this right here, Pan Zero drones, and they make them. This is one particular type. They make them for urban air mobility. So they're actually going to put them on passenger drones as well. Aftermarket they have for DJI platforms. They have Safe Air. I guess it'll just fit particular ones. I don't know what the deal is here, but I'm going to see this for the first time like you guys. So I don't know what's happening
This
here.
guy crashed a helicopter in the East River. You're going to tell me that they're going to put this on a passenger drone so it can crash land in the 34th Street.
Well, look at that drone after hitting the ground.
That's what I'm saying. It's just.
All right, this isn't too long. It's only a minute and 19 seconds. And what's
Yeah, that's the most common one.
that's the one Billy Kyle had, right?
I believe so.
I believe so.
They sell that on Amazon too, so you can get it easily.
The one that he had just reviewed, it has a little thing that makes some kind of a noise once that parachute. Now you see,
In addition to all these benefits,
you would rather it land like that than to land like the other one you saw. Battery that way,
authorities
that
as
way,
well as discounted
like
insurance
out
policies.
underneath it.
Don't worry, you don't need to buy new every time. Safer.
I still think it's not gonna land like that. We need to see some real
All right,
live
that's
footage
enough
of
of that.
things.
Y'all guys got to watch Billy's video because I didn't know anybody else that did a video on it.
I thought Billy's video, the leg broke on it when it crashed. In fact, it came down pretty damn fast.
From what I understand, I
That's what I'm
didn't see
saying.
the video, but I heard people say he cracked a leg. I'm gonna watch the video afterwards and see what's going on. Like I said, I could not.
Yeah,
I
because
have not watched the video. I've actually only seen clips of it.
Have you ever had to have landing gear changed with DJI?
No, not yet.
you
It's
don't want
cheaper than the whole body shell.
I could believe it, but don't they have to put
Well,
don't
you,
they have to
you
put the
could
compass?
get
What's
the
up,
landing
Eddie?
gears from like Micro Center for like $40.
Oh, Eddie, you have to mute the YouTube page where the chat room is, or else you'll get a double echo. Okay. We don't hear an echo. So say something so we can hear if you're hearing us in real time. The Hangout window that opens up is what you'll watch in real time.
Hey, Lawrence, give me a second.
Close your YouTube and yeah, just go with that.
Yeah, say something, Eddie. I don't hear nothing.
What's going
make
on?
sure
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes, there we
Okay,
go.
cool.
We can hear you fine. That's good. And you're not hearing a double echo, which is good, because you have to mute the chat room window, and then the Hangouts window is what you're looking at us at in real time. Because if you look at the YouTube window, that's a 4 or 5 second delay behind us, and it'll confuse you. You'll see me on screen, and you'll hear Elliot's voice.
Okay, got it.
Okay, but you seem to be okay. We don't hear any echo or triple, double feedback, infinite loops or anything, so I guess we're good. What's up, man? How are you? And welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Thank you, thank you.
This is new for you. I know this internet live streaming stuff, but you should get up on it.
Yeah, I never did this before. First time.
You should get up on it. You will get your subscribers up. Type in the room so people can add to you. What's up, Tom? Lens Capture. He was at the meetup today. We went to the meetup. How come you weren't there, man?
Oh, I had a lot of things to do today.
Well,
Prospect Park.
I wanted to ask you some things first. One is about Atlantic City on the 27th. Are you going to be there, staying there?
I haven't confirmed yet 100%.
What happened?
I haven't confirmed yet 100%. It's in the works. It just depends on my job if I'm able to get those 2 days off.
Okay. All right. Well, suddenly I feel you look like you're getting ill.
No. I did one of those recently.
Oh, see,
Lawrence,
that's not good.
that's Tom there in the chat.
Yes, that is Tom. Tom, well, we went to the meetup today that was in Calvert Vaux Park, and basically, I brought a drone. I brought my Mavic with me, even though I brought it with me fully charged. I kind of knew that I wasn't going to get a chance to fly because once you start flying, then you know how it is to shoot an area.
Yeah, I know. Once you come down with that after that first battery, the fever started, and now you got to fly the next battery.
Hey, what's up, Daddy of 13?
Then you're rushing to get home.
Be there. Tom says he's going to be there around noon on the 27th. Well,
All right. Yeah, we're going to be there. We're going to be there.
Yes, we will be there. So, Tom, at some time and point, I'll DM you on Facebook and give you my number. So when you get there, now Billy Kyle says that he might be showing up on Thursday or Friday. Don't quote me on that. Hey, welcome back, Maverick. But whoever is in the area can come. I think Ray is going to be there. I'm trying to get Justin to take off from work. Justin, also, you look like you're feeling a little ill. You may have something about 2 weeks.
I'm all jacked up, but
What happened?
I pulled a muscle in my shoulder,
Oh,
Then,
check this out. Tom's staying
pretty much
in
my arm,
Abs-
I can move my
Abscon.
arm now.
You know what?
But my back
He's
hurts.
staying in the Abscon.
Okay.
Okay, so that's good. We'll be in the Tropicana, right, Herman?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll be in the Tropicana.
If we
And
got to rent out our room to make some money.
Matt says, "What are we doing?" Well, we're going to the drone convention in Atlantic City. I posted it, if you guys remember, on almost every Facebook group that I thought was popular at the time. And on June 27th, they're having a drone convention in Atlantic City, and Herman and I are going to be there from Thursday night, which is Thursday, the starting day, until Saturday about midday, and then we're probably going to break out. I know Eddie is supposed to be showing up there. I know a few people. Tom Lens Capture in the chat room is also going to be staying at a hotel there, so we'll have plenty of battery charging spots. And I'm not saying we're turning the hotel room into an animal house.
Right.
You can come charge the battery and get the hell out.
As of right now, I actually have I'm booked and reserved at the Hard Rock.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Well, if you can make
yeah,
it.
Right.
yeah,
Everybody at the Hard Rock.
I definitely want to make it. I'll work something out. I'll keep you guys posted.
But we will definitely be there from Thursday.
Look at Eddie. Eddie is like all tuned up over there, podcast style, with the mic, the headphones there.
That's the Yeti.
Hey guys, I want you guys in the chat to check out this guy's channel. It's a very good channel. He's doing some real good things on that.
Yeah,
channel.
Eddie.
Oh, his YouTube blog is incredible.
Check him out, guys.
Thank
Please.
you.
I'm telling you, the
You
guys.
gotta type in the chat room, Eddie, so they can support you. If you want to pick up a few people. If Rick Halber, if you're gonna be there, there's no problem. I don't know what Herman's objective is, but we're gonna fly. We're gonna check out the convention, and we're gonna fly. We're gonna check out a little bit more of the convention, and we're gonna fly. Herman may wake up and I may be gone already, but we're gonna fly. So,
but then again, but you're going to bed at 9 o'clock and stuff like that.
No, I told you I only do that here. I only do that here at home because I get up 3, 4, 5 in the morning. Okay, and I'd be bored to freaking death. And of course, I go to bed to start the day out early.
Well, if you went to bed at like 11, 12, 1 o'clock, you would have more of an exciting day when you get up in the morning and not at 3 o'clock.
No, but see, I was always.
Unless you have to wake the sun up. I don't know.
I'm used to getting up before the sun is up.
Yeah, to do what? To wake the sun up or the rooster?
No, you get great footage, sun reflecting off of the buildings, all kinds. Look, dude, I'm gonna be behind off in Atlantic City. Okay, please support everyone. Hey, Justin, what you working on?
Well, like some ibuprofen.
Right now, the problem with having the building your own computer
you gotta speak louder. You're too far away, or you gotta speak louder. So, Eddie, you just became a 107 licensed pilot, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay. How did you study?
Very simple. What I did was watch.
Oh shit! He's got a fucking green screen too.
You like that, right?
Son of a bitch!
You know what? I know the deal already. His son is a gamer and streams.
Yes, exactly. This is all my son's equipment. This is his mic
equipment there.
This is his Logitech camera, and it creates a fictitious green screen behind you. So I'm just messing around here. This is pretty fun.
Yeah, if you know how to use it right, you can make it look like you're in Manhattan somewhere.
You know, mine is also pretty interesting. Actually, if I zoom in, I watch the people across the courtyard over there sticking their heads out and smoking all the time. That's what I got.
Nice.
I'm busted, man. I'm busted.
I came back regular. It was too distracting before. Well, for my 107, what I did was I watched.
Yeah, check out the chat. Sleeping Bear, what is your issue with the government? Even though we don't discuss government here.
What about Sleeping
Okay.
Bear?
You have to control
Oh God,
any
Sleeping
chat,
Bear.
or you'll get a timeout. What you just got,
I can't even see what's going on.
Herman? But remember what we were discussing about
Yeah.
other channels?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's going on. In the event that you guys don't know what's happening, I wasn't going to speak on this, but there seems to be two types of crowds here on YouTube.
Yeah, but you know what? I was gonna tell you there's no need for names and stuff like
I'm
that.
not going to name anything, but hey, what's up, Paul? But
Hey,
what I am going to say is there are two types of people on
Hey,
YouTube:
Matt.
the followers and the leaders. And there's a certain leader that gets people to go to other people's YouTube channels and mess with them during their shows. But we'll leave that and talk about that at another time. I just put Sleeping Bear on timeout because he was being very explicit, and there's no one else in here cursing. So
except maybe Elliot.
he's on. He's
I
on
haven't said a
timeout.
word.
He comes back, he'll get another pat on the hand, and after that, he'll just get banned. And of course, he'll create another account, and this is how it starts. But what's up, Paul Murray? How are you? And now, Eddie, real quick,
Yes.
how are you getting all these jobs done if you just became a 107 pilot? Yeah,
Well,
Matt, yoked them up.
yeah. A lot of it has been through referrals. I did one job for a guy who found me on Instagram, and then he has referred me to numerous of friend of his who create videos that they like amateur music videos, you know, up and coming artists who want to do a music video. So that's how I got out of those gigs. Luna Park actually just hired me. I just did the first for they hired me for a 3 day shoot. I just did the first shoot on Saturday yesterday.
I'm
At
gonna have to
6 in the
call up
morning.
Joey Sit and talk to him about that.
So did you go up to them
That's
and say,
Thor
hey,
Equities that owns that still, right? If
did
I'm
you
not
go
mistaken.
So no, I don't know who owns it, but
Yeah, that's who it is.
yeah, Luna Park. They contacted me through Instagram as well.
Okay.
They saw my my latest YouTube footage that I did with the Inspire when I was over the parachute drop, and then I was panning over their park, and they actually have they're working on something with a violinist, and they want a lot of B-roll of their park from the air. So they asked me if I would be interested in filming for them. So of course I say yes. I met them over at the park. We discussed, and then I gave them a contract, and I told them this is my price. What? Because they were lowballing me, extremely lowball offer,
Yeah.
and yeah, and then they said they were gonna think about it. I was speaking to the media department, and then they agreed to it a few days later down the road.
Well, that could be pretty good depending on how they use it.
Yeah.
Paul Murray, I sent you the link. I mean,
Now, when they do that, Eddie, when you do a contract like that, do you give them all the rights to the footage, or do you still own the rights?
right. That's what I wanted to know. Are you
Yeah.
selling them the footage exclusively, or you're keeping a copy for your archives? And
So for Luna Park, I was explicit on that where I want to keep I'm gonna retain the rights to the footage, where it's still mine. I did a job for Harris. I did two jobs for Harris, and Harris was extremely strict on that, where I have to give up the rights to my video. And matter of fact, when I showed up every morning to record for them, or depending on the time that I started shooting for them, they actually handed me the SD card for the Inspire. And then immediately when we were done, I had to give them back the SD card.
well, that's okay if they're paying for your service. I could see doing that, but
Yeah, but you can use it for any type of for your own footage, not for your own footage, but I mean for your own portfolio, just to brag about.
right now, see, you should put a clause into your license saying that even if I give up all exclusive rights, I can use this as a reference in my
On your
social media.
personal, right?
In my
Yeah, let's
social
say on
media.
your website or something.
I mean, that's just food for thought. That's actually very smart, Elliot.
Would they let you do that, or you don't even have the SD card?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, Harris. I think they were very particular on that because
Okay,
they're
well,
working.
Eddie, here's something you didn't think about. they got the SD card, but you got cash, don't you?
I do, but
Yes.
yes, yeah, but the video doesn't look as good.
No,
But
that's okay,
yeah.
but you could still use that. I mean,
How'd you get Harris? Harris the same way? They saw you on Instagram or where?
So Harrah's, if I'm not mistaken, I went around September for myself, for leisure. I actually went to I did go. I stayed at Harrah's, and I took my Inspire with me, and I filmed them. I just took a bunch of shots. I did a lot of video for them. At night, they have the pool party with the dome. So I flew at night, and I took a lot of shots with all the lights and all the advertisements that they do on the building themselves. And then I sent it to them. I sent them to I went on their website, found their email address. I emailed them to them. And then I also contacted them through Instagram, and we started a conversation that way. And before you know it, they offered me to come back to do something for them. And the first job I did for them, it was like $300. It was $300 flat fee, and I think it was just to test me out. Now, the last time I was there, which was I think it was April. Yeah, April I was there. They're working with Blade, the helicopter company, to get tourism from New York City, from
Right.
Eastport, the East Side heliport all the way to Atlantic City, and they're working on a commercial on that. So I was working with Blade, the helicopter company, and Harris on that job, and that job was a significant price difference. It was it was 3 days, and it was well worth my time.
Hey, Paul.
Wow.
What's
That's
up,
good.
Paul?
Now, something like that, do you work, I guess, with Blade? I guess you have to be in communication with the helicopter pilot because you're not getting into it exactly, but just getting something like that together, like working with them.
The
I
helicopter.
think he was actually on the helicopter, right?
No. The helicopter. I never flew while the helicopter was up and flying. Or what I did was just take shots of the heliport that they have at Harris. They actually have a heliport that they don't use.
Rick Halber said, real quick, Rick Halber says, did you have your waivers for night flight?
I did. Yes, I did.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Because he's 107. Al Diaz is also 107. And for the other 107 pilots out there that haven't made it known to us that you're 107,
They're all 107. I'm 5'5". So.
There we go. But that's cool. I have wanted to have you on for another reason. Every now and then you got to type randomly in a room.
What's a little taller than
Like, who's this dude, Eddie Nunez or whatever. But for those of you who don't know, he's an NYC 5-borough drone meetup member. He's in quite a few other drone groups, and he just recently became a 107 licensed pilot. And I see him doing jobs like he's been doing 107 for a minute. I'm like, who the hell do you know that you get all these jobs? I got to find out what I'm doing wrong here. I mean, I'm already, Eddie, complaining that there's not enough hours in the day. And then, now you work a full-time job as well, right?
I do, yes. A very stressful full-time job.
Okay, I'm not going to ask you what that is, because then people will be banging on the window. Hey, Eddie!
Hey,
so,
Lawrence, you're at 107, aren't you?
No, sir. I'm studying right now.
I'm on my second 107.
You see this right here? You see that right there? That very
I'm
soon.
pre 107. I'm going to take my test soon.
That's why I'm asking all these questions, because I will have a bunch of questions for you guys in it very shortly.
By the way, Jay Santiago has a great question for you, Eddie. We touched on it before you came back, when you came on. How did you study for your test for the 107?
that question was asked, but we never got a chance to answer because the question was changed.
Well, what I did to study for the test was use the FAA study guide, similar to like the DMV manual when you're gonna go take your driving test. They have a free document. It's like an 80-page document.
Online?
Yes, it's on the FAA website. It's a study guide that was created by them. And then I used the study guide with Tony what is it? Elliot Northrum. Yeah. He has like a 2.5-hour video where he goes in details about everything on the 107. So what I like to do is, what I did actually was read the guide, and then pause and just watch his video. And when I watch his video, if I had questions about a certain topic that he was discussing, I will go to the guide, and I just flip vice versa. Honestly, I think if you just watch that video and you study for like 2 weeks, it's a very easy test, I think, because each question has three choices, and one of the potential answers is definitely 100% wrong. Like, you're gonna read it and you're gonna completely eliminate it right away.
Right.
And then if you had to guess, you have a 50-50 probability to select the right answer.
Well, if you study, you lower those odds of 50-50, or you raise the odds of you getting it right if you
Right.
study.
Yeah.
Elliot at work tonight, supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Getting my tripod tomorrow and filter. Well, Matt, before you came in, Elliot was saying that he wants to go ahead. Elliot, real quick, again, repeat it.
No, it's saying that if anybody wants to meet up in Coney Island later, do some long exposures and time lapses and nighttime shots. Coney Island's open till 10 tonight.
Right.
So with that neon and all the rides in motion, and get some really cool shots.
And they haven't started the Friday night fireworks every Friday night yet.
That's the 21st, I think.
Okay, for those of you, hey, what's up, Adrian Lee, another NYC member that lives on another part of the world now. He moved over now. He wants to come back because he can't fly over there where he is, if I remember.
I think Eddie pretty much told all you guys what you need to know for 107. When I took it the first time, like 2 years and 2 months ago, I did exactly the same thing. I watched Tony Northrup over and over again. I went online, watched as much as I could watch.
Love my drones. Paul, Love My Drone said, did you catch that military cruiser?
Yes, I did. I've got it loaded on the computer, and then I just remember, oh man, my friends are on. I gotta go. So it's sitting there ready to be final edited.
Oh, Adrian Lee's back on this side of the hemisphere. He's down in the islands, man. You know what? My 3DR solo, Eddie. I sold my 3DR solo, and now it's living down in the islands better than I am.
Hey, that 3DR solo is a great drone.
Hey, look, mine went down at Calvert Brooks Park, and I recovered it thanks to those guys over there convincing me to go. Herman drove me, and they gave me another 3DR.
Didn't Xavier lose his down there also?
No, he tried to fly in sport mode, and it went right into the dirt.
Sports mode. And when you put a 3DR solo in sports mode, you're supposed to take the camera off because they naturally dive and they naturally swoop. Well, from what I understand, Xavier left the camera on and he was getting ready to race, but someone else was going. They said 1, 2, 3, go, and the other drone went straight, and his went.
Great drone.
So
Great drone.
But how did you guys study for part 107? Well, you can ask those guys in the chat room. Eddie pretty much explained that Tony Northrup, I could not remember his name for nothing. Hey, what's up, Roger? How are you? And thank you for telling me to hit that like button.
Well, the other thing, if you wanted to, and it costs you a few bucks, is the Remote Pilot 101 is a great course too, because it takes you through step by step, gives you questions. You pass, or you can retake each section. And
that's what Rick Halbert's saying right now.
Have them for life, almost like.
Yeah, it's the lifetime, and
yeah, it's a lifetime membership.
Yeah, and I would recommend it. And if you go there, you put in the code Aaron18, and you get 35% off. So it's not $150. Now it's like $110 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Now that's good to know for you guys.
What's that going in the background? Somebody has like one of those clocks going for the longest of times.
I
o'clock.
thought it was your neighbor that smoked there, Elliot.
I'm sorry. That's my local church up the block. I'm gonna mute my mic.
Ah.
Oh goodness!
Go down there and tell them to cut that out.
Right.
Oh,
yell out the window.
every day at 6 o'clock and at 12 noon,
Yeah,
it does
Elliot,
this
go down there and
5-minute
tell
story.
them out is bothering you.
Do like we tell everyone. Yell out the window and say, "I'm live streaming here," and come back. That's what you got to do. But I wanted to have you on because I see you doing and making a lot of moves. We did go to the meetup, like I said. I would like to inbox you, Maverick Channel, but I'm streaming right now and have a bunch of other windows open. It'd be kind of hard to do, but you can actually email me on the About Me page. I believe I have my email there, and we could talk then. Okay. Maverick's Channel.
Hold
Oh,
on,
something happened. Something happened earlier before you came, just before you came in, Paul. And someone that came in with an account and was doing a little swearing and F the government and F that. And Herman and I were speaking about something that happened. Now, you guys didn't know this. Herman knew about it and Val knew about it. But um, there's a group of people on YouTube that are going around and going into shows and harassing people and stuff. And I did not tell anyone this, but after my interview with Val, I received an email saying go back to your channel. So after doing a little investigating and stuff like that, and YouTube, they do get back to you on issues like that. It was mostly automated answers, but they pretty much said that the email was created in a library somewhere, and because it was created in a library, they cannot trace it back because it's a public place. Hey, what's up, Roosevelt? But the point I'm getting at is if you're live streaming or you see someone in the chat that supports this, you need to point them out because it's going to get to the point where certain people are going to start pressing charges and getting this group of people in trouble. I did hear that the federal government is going to get involved.
Yeah.
And I will leave it at that. I won't say any names. Those guys who are doing it know who they are, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, that group of bad guys has been doing this for a while. In fact, they are the ones that have initiated swats on different people's homes.
So
yeah,
heard. You know, that swatting only works if they know where you live. And if you divulge that information, then I'm not saying you deserve to be swatted, but the point I'm trying to make is just watch the live streams you go to nowadays on YouTube here, because some of the people that you guys in the chat room hang out with in other shows are behind this. And that's all I'm going to say.
Hey, Big Matt, send me one of those locations in Messenger.
But put him to sleep. Well, see, the guy that I timed out, he never came back in, right?
No.
Okay, there you go. So I expect this to be happening quite often throughout certain live streams. My live stream, your live stream, Val's live stream, Canadian Drone Hub, because it seems to be a select few that are doing it. And I happen to know the ringleader I know what state they live in. And let's just say if I know what state you live in, I know who you are. And the state is Florida. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm not making any particular threats, but if I can find out what state you live in, I can find out where you live as well. And we'll get back to the live stream.
I'm surprised, Lawrence, somebody hasn't personally put the big swat on him and just made fish bait out of him, you know?
It's coming. It's coming. I had a similar incident happen like this with me on Xbox. Okay, and this guy was popping a lot. You know how over the internet you have internet gangsters, because I'm quite sure so many people wouldn't say half the things they say over the internet that they would say in front of you. Okay, and to make a long story short, this guy was beefing on Xbox, and I happen to know someone who he liked. and he sent her his address. Okay, and after he started popping junk, I punched up his address in Google Earth and I zoomed in on his house and I waited and I left it on my computer and I waited for him to come on Xbox. I knew he was going to come on and he started popping junk. And I said, well, first of all, for someone to have such a shitty looking house, you shouldn't be talking so much junk. And he's like, oh man, I live in so and so. I said, no, you don't. You live at so and so address. I said it over the speaker, and that dead tree on the right side of your house is probably going to fall and crush it anyway. And he got offline, and I never saw or heard of him again because I was describing stuff in his yard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Large Fly Natural. I'm not sure. It's kind of far, so I'm not exactly sure if that's going to be something that I'm going to be able to make. Who knows if it's available? But then I coach football, so I think it's in when is it? So I might be kind of busy then.
We'll talk. But anyway, getting back to the drone stuff, there's what else? What else is there for us to talk about? Eddie,
That was drone stuff.
What's your next job? What are you working on? What's happening?
Right now, the only thing I'm doing is Luna Park. I still have 2 more days of shooting to do for them. I will be heading to Puerto Rico from July 2nd through July 18th. So I'm gonna be gone for quite a while. I hope I don't crash another Mavic while down there this time around.
You did that last year, right?
Yeah.
Stay off the roof.
You know what? Herman says it all.
Make sure the return to home height is set at that height.
Herman says it all the time. He says most 9 out of 10 accidents happen when you're down low. Had you been high enough, you would have missed that building.
Yeah. Well,
October 19th.
Well, that time that accident happened because I just finished watching Xavier Drone X Factor's orbit video, and I decided to do an orbit in sports mode.
You see, somebody else blaming Xavier.
Hey, Eddie, if you're traveling that far, always carry a spare too.
I know. I wanted to go to Best Buy while down there last year so bad and get another drone, but my wife said no. Every time you bring a drone on vacation, something bad happens. No more drones.
It's funny you said Xavier, you were watching his video and you crashed doing an orbit of the building.
Yeah, it was my fault though because I had the drone on sports mode because it was windy and I did an orbit while on sports mode. So, and I went too wide. And then I hit the building behind me. I actually didn't really hit the building. I hit the air conditioning unit on the roof. But then, the security people there, they destroyed my drone and gave it back to me in pieces.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
And they kept my memory card.
And they kept, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That sounds like what I did with my Phantom down at Grand Army Plaza by Prospect Park. I made to do a point of interest, huh?
Wait.
And the funny thing is, I was with Xavier at that time.
What was this? I don't think I heard of it.
I was in Prospect Park and met up with Xavier.
Were you in the park when you were doing the orbit? Because we named that move after you. For you,
yes, I was doing an Elliot.
Named it Paul. To make a long story short, he hit a building, and the guy that was recording it was like, "Hey, you hear Elliot in the background? I think I have the audio. I have to pull it up and save it from Facebook. But you hear Elliot go, oh no, I think I hit the building." Xavier goes, what? Oh my God, let's get out of here. And he stopped. He must have took 2 steps and stopped and said, no, we got to get your drone. Don't cut off the controller. And you can tell us now what happened and how you got up on the roof, Elliot.
I did get up on the roof. We went looking on the roof, and the doorman at that building, very, very hoity-toity building over there, I said, I have it right here on video. I went into the side of your building. Here it is. And it was in the cache on the controller. And we've launched. What happened was we launched from Prospect Park into Grand Army Plaza, and then I started to do an orbit. And orbit, I went to the right, went to the right, went to the right, and boom, right into the side of a building. I thought that was, pretty much I hit the top part of the building. Literally, if it would have been about another 2 feet, I would have cleared the building. But unfortunately, nope.
Well,
Hit the side.
the neighborhood?
Huh?
You were orbiting the neighborhood?
We're asking
No, because I know what a
because
building is in relation to the monument, and
It's across the street.
yeah, but it's across the
there's
street.
3 lanes. There's 3 lanes of road. There's 3 lanes, Paul. There's 3 lanes of cars.
3 lanes of traffic.
And the
4
monument.
lanes. It's 4 lanes of traffic.
Okay, 4 lanes, a sidewalk, and a building.
He was doing a wide orbit.
There you go. Exactly. It's a big monument. It's the same monument that you see in France, the Champs-Élysées.
No,
The
I
same
got you.
type
That's
of
why I
look.
asked you if you were orbiting the neighborhood.
Well, it's a big monument. Everybody out there, Google Grand Army Plaza. You'll see what the hell I'm talking.
The middle of the 4 lanes you mentioned. You hit the
I'm gonna. Well, you
you
guys.
stayed over one of the 4 lanes.
Yes.
Paul,
I went right into the side of the building, and then the building turns out is a 20-story building, and it crashed into the side of it, fell down about 13 stories, 14 stories down to the 3rd floor, and to somebody's onto somebody's patio over there, down on the 3rd floor.
I have it pulled up right here.
Oh God!
Put it up on screen, and we're going to show where.
How many days away he was from the object he was orbiting?
Yeah, give me a second. I was at the wrong part. Now I'm at Grand Army Plaza. Okay. Now you have to realize that this building that he hit, the orbit that he was doing, was the neighborhood.
Yeah, because if you would have cleared that building, you would have hit the one on the other side of the street.
Right.
No, that's
sure you would.
Hold on a second. I'll show you guys exactly what he did. Now, this is the monument. You guys can see this, right?
Yeah.
That monument right here in the middle where the mouse is. He hit this building on the upper right hand corner, about the 2 o'clock position. Now, between that monument and him is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes of traffic. Between that monument
and a big green space, it looks like.
Yes, exactly.
That green. Now, right here, if you zoom in, right here is the building he hit. Okay, you see that right there? The monument is right here. How many lanes of traffic do you see there?
I swung wide. What do you want me to freaking say?
Elliot, that's why
Elliot, I understand that. That's why I asked you what I asked you.
That's why Elliot, we dubbed it the Elliot. That's why we named that maneuver after you. Whenever for Paul, for at least 2 months, we were going.
Lars,
who's showing a broken drone? What's that broken drone? That's Eddie.
That's Eddie's drone.
Yeah, this is how I got my drone back from the Hilton of San Juan that they were constructing building.
Oh, that was the one that hit the building, and they said, "Oh, we don't see no drone."
Yeah. And that's how they gave it back to me.
No, but the cool thing, and I do have to say this much, after that happened, which was a Sunday, and I got it back in pieces, and I'm driving home, and I'm looking all miserable and all pissed off, I said, I have State Farm. And I made a phone call. This was on a Saturday or Sunday that the accident happened, and within 6 days or 7 days, I had a check for the full amount.
Wow.
Yeah, there's State Farm.
Hey, Train, how's it going, man?
Did they now put that in their rider that we do not cover Elliots anymore?
I think they actually even still take out from my homeowners, my apartment insurance. They still take out.
So Eddie's
on the beach having pina coladas and taking it in.
He's playing with the green screen, and he's realized if he doesn't move, that the green screen doesn't eat his hat like a Pac-Man.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good now.
Yeah, You got to move really slow, but it does slow your computer down because you're kind of lagging some. But hey, what's up, Bull Rider? And welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. What's up, Night Train? What's up, Roosevelt, and everyone else who's been here hanging with us. On the panel is Drone Evolution NYC. I think he's away. Eddie Nunez, who just recently became a 107 licensed pilot. Eddie, you got to keep typing so these people can support your channel. Elliot, who's our local camera guy. Paul Murray, who's YouTube's celebrity. He's just on everybody's live stream. And then we have Herman, Phantom Flight 101, which, by the way, people love when he goes, how do you do that? Thanks for watching. I can't do the voice, but you know what he does at the end of his videos. People seem to. Oh,
He's got his catchphrase.
Oh, Jay Merce from up in Rochester, I believe they live. He lives up Rochester, New York, or in that area, which is pretty. We appreciate you coming in, Jay Merce. Roosevelt.
Well, Eddie and I look forward to welcoming all of you into the 107 Club, right, Eddie?
Absolutely. I think everyone should take the test.
Yep.
Well, we're just not talking about it, but things are going into effect. We're just trying to obtain as much knowledge as possible. Now, if you may be wondering, Paul, how can I fly a skyscraper and not have a 107 license? All I can say is on certain incidents, I was flying under a 107's waiver.
Sure, as long as you have a 107 there, yeah.
And I was actually helping them shoot something, and it was like, look, I got a little time. If you want to take your bird up, go ahead.
Yeah.
So that's how that's explained, because a lot of people are like, well, we thought you were 107, and I'm like, no, not yet. I'm working on it very closely.
You know what happened to me recently? We have all these. All my drones are upgraded to the latest firmware with all the latest fly safe, updates. And recently, I authorized a 107 commercial flight through Kitty Hawk, and my altitude limit was 498. And once I got that token from Kitty Hawk, and I went back to the DJI app, it eliminated the altitude limit. So I was able to go as high as I wanted to.
Okay. All right. Well,
I was at Lawrence with DJI and that thing. I was watching the thing on that with all the geofencing and the height limitations and everything like that. And they can unlock anything you need to have unlocked for whomever they need to have it unlocked for, and eliminate the no-fly zones for certain companies.
Yeah. So if say, Paul, you open up a building in a no-fly zone, you can have them unlock that area around your building. Say your building uses drones, you can have them unlock an area around your building or the perimeter of your property, and it will be within a no-fly zone, but your building will not be in one.
Well, it's there for everybody else, but not your account.
Right. You would be able to fly.
Yep.
Pretty much. You would be able to fly. That's pretty
much.
Well,
that's one of the reasons I'm hanging on to my Mavic 2 Enterprise is because of having all the extra goodies on there. I can see copters, I can see aircraft, I can see everything else in the area.
How many drones do you have, Eddie? Unmute, though. You got to unmute.
I'm sorry, say that again.
How many drones do you have?
Right now I have 3. I have the Inspire 2, the Mavic 2 Pro, I just got a Mavic Zoom this weekend, and I do have a Pro Platinum, and if you count the 3DR, I guess.
Okay. All right. Well, I believe the 3DR, you should just put it on a shelf somewhere in a glass case, because if you show your grandchildren that drone, they will say, oh my God, Grandpa used to fly this brick.
No, guess what? In 10 years from now, that one, if the batteries are still good for it, he'll be able to launch from anywhere with it, as opposed to the others.
That's true.
Until they slap the cuffs on you.
I think we should do a drop. Eddie, we have this thing where we go, you've been on here before. It goes Sunday nights is sponsored by, I hesitate for a second and go, those guys. So let's get it out of the way. Hey, what's up, E-Drone, and welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys. So let's get this drop out of the way real quick, okay? All right, Eddie, you got to participate, though. Unmute your mic, man.
Okay.
Stop ignoring us, Eddie. What are you watching? What are you watching? I know you're watching something.
Nothing. I'm back.
Okay. All right. We're going to do the drop. We're going to do the drop, so get it out of the way. Sunday Nights with those guys is sponsored by
Those
those
guys.
guys. Thank you very much. I don't know how the hell I'm going to record all of this, but I'll figure out a way to get it out of all the videos without having to do it. Maybe try and do some kind of montage. I've given you a blue wrench, which means you're officially one of those guys, Eddie. In 3 weeks, I think Al Diaz is going to be on here. He's in the chat room. He was like, how do I get to become one of those guys? Well, you got to get on the panel.
You got to service Lawrence.
On the 23rd, Billy Kyle is going to be on here. So,
Only Elliot would say that.
you notice I ignored him and kept going.
Yeah, you did a
You
good
have to
job.
learn how to do that with
Come on, you're gonna let a good joke like that one just like linger? Come on, that one I hammered it right on time.
I
Damn,
totally
you.
ignored you. I totally ignored you. Well, you got a blue wrench now, Eddie, and that's pretty much the only way that you can get a blue wrench on our stream here. Now, I know there are other guys who make everybody in the room moderators. That's not a good thing when people want to sabotage your
Not
channel.
when you want to hammer somebody. That's right.
That's true. You know, so
Thank you for the blue wrench.
Jay Merce, what's good all the way up there in Junkers? He's up in Junkers. It's actually Yonkers, but we joke and call it
He's been
Junkers.
flying around. He's been flying a lot. I see that.
What happened?
Were you from the Bronx now, Lawrence?
What?
Yonkers, Chunkers.
You calling it Yonkers?
Al Diaz
Okay,
uploaded a really nice video, I think, yesterday or this morning.
Did you
of
see
him
the
doing
construction of the construction site, Eddie?
Yeah, that was really, really nice. One of the things that I'm working on now on jobs is using waypoints, and I saw that Al Diaz used it. Waypoints make your video and just your whole mission so much smoother than you doing it manually.
Now,
Yeah,
do
that's
you
true.
use CAD or do you use what's that other app that DJI that Ray?
Lychee.
Huh?
Lychee has weight points.
Lychee. Have you used Lychee yet, Eddie?
No, I have not.
Are you going to use it?
But now, with the waypoints, if I could ask you, could you plan that prior to or load it in on a computer and then upload it to your account? Or how could you?
I heard, I haven't tried it, but I heard with Waypoints 2.0 you can.
You can with Lychee.
Yeah,
With
Lychee's good.
Yeah, with Waypoints 2.0 you can prepare your waypoints beforehand, but I think you have to have your drone on, but you can go on the map and you can set it up.
Yeah, and also the other interesting point of the whole thing is, Elliot, is you can program it so you don't hit buildings when you're doing your waypoints. You know.
So you said you program it so you don't hit buildings.
Not funny.
Well, Cool Bick, he uses Lychee. He had it on the other day. We were over in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and I always used to hear his computer, his tablet talking to him, and it never dawned on me. All this time he's been flying with us, he uses Lychee. Now it tells him his battery level at separate intervals. It tells you distance, and I like that because not all the time you have the time. If you're focusing on something or a maneuver, you don't have the time to take that millisecond to look up at the battery.
So wait, I got a question. Wait, so okay, is he here? Cool Pick, is he here?
No, he's not.
No.
He's not. I was just saying he uses Lychee all the time.
You know, that's going to be quite interesting next year when all of these things start to take place with DJI and all these drones using Lychee. I can imagine that app might tell you that plane is approaching, at such and such altitude. from whatever side, where it's coming
That's true. If they put the transponders
Yeah,
in, Leach would probably have to have some kind of warning to say, you're at this altitude, the plane is at that altitude.
Yeah.
And that should help people out. I don't know. I haven't used it myself. I
By
think
the
about putting it on my Mavic Pro.
by the way, Big Matt says that it does have pre-missions from the computer,
Yeah, that's what I was
so
saying.
you can load it up.
Yeah,
So
Lychee's
very,
been
very
out
cool.
since the 3DR Solo because that was an app that people use.
Yeah,
3DR
Lychee was
Solo.
Lychee. I had with my Phantom 3.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. A lot
Yeah.
of people use that.
Well, I finally decided that I'm going to try it out. I'm in the future. Once I get back from this convention, I'm going to try it out on my Mavic Pro. Right now, when we do go to Atlantic City, I'm taking my Mavic Pro, I'm taking my Phantom, and I definitely want to catch Atlantic City at night. Because it's really, really nice up there. Because there's dark contrast. It's not like here in the city where you take a picture of something and you have the city in the background. There's just total darkness around Atlantic City.
You have
have
also
all the
up
city
the
glare.
White Horse Pike around there also. You have both sides.
What's that?
The White Horse Pike, which is a highway. Wait, I get confused between the White Horse Pike and the Black
I think
Horse
that's
Pike.
right before you get to Atlantic
Right.
City.
No, but then there's the other one that's on the other side of Tropicana.
You know, you can't
Oh,
jump
okay.
in, Eddie. You don't have to wait for somebody to say something.
Just
Well,
Yeah, you-
I was gonna say that you got the Ferris wheel as well that lights up. It looks like almost like the
right
parachute
on
jump
that's on the
island.
pier.
Yeah,
That's
that's
on the
really
pier.
nice to get at night as well. And then you have the that antenna up on the ocean resort that changes into a globe, and they do different things there as well. So that's pretty cool to get.
From what I hear, Jay Merce, insurance is not an issue with Lychee because Ray, when he hit the Statue of Liberty, he had Lychee on and they replaced his bird. So I don't know how true it is with it as there being insurance problems.
Oh,
Some people-
State Farm doesn't even ask for anything. They just said, "You crashed it." Yeah, I crashed it. Okay, we'll send you a check.
yeah.
That was it.
Did you have to bring them to pieces?
No, not at all. They just said, "We'll send it to you."
So I can go down there and tell them I crashed it?
Well, you have to register it and everything. You have to register your
Here's
drone,
something
and
I wanted to ask you, Eddie. You use that flying program where you take control of someone else's drone, where to fly?
I have not. No.
You haven't used where to
Oh no. You talking about Fly There, where you
Yes,
fly remotely?
fly there, yes.
Yes, I have used that.
That's now, have you used it again since the first time you used it?
I haven't used it recently. No.
And the reason I'm asking is because from what I understand, someone was telling me they were trying to go near something. They have this Buddha statue, and the pilots, even though you're on remote control, the pilots will not let you out of their line of sight. And I wanted to know if that was really true. With
Yes.
Fly There.
Well, when I flew with Fly There, I didn't try to get close to anything. I just went over the water. I went over some boats. I didn't really get close to anything.
How is the latency? Was there any latency as far as controls?
No,
Like-
not at all. The response on that, I don't know how they built that platform, but whoever built it did a great job on it. Because I mean, I was using an iPad, so if I just, on the left screen, I think on the left side, if I just hit that button, that for forward, the drone would immediately respond. If I went left, the drone would immediately respond as well. The only thing that the pilot did control me was with the altitude. I tried to get really low, and he prevented me from going any lower than 200 feet.
Now, were you in communication with him through a headset? 'Cause-
No, on the iPad, you just I was using an iPad. You just enable the microphone, and you can hear him. And you just speak to the iPad, and he hears me.
Okay.
Huh.
Because
I saw
those
it
of you who
with
don't know
Ken
what this
Herrick.
app is, it's called Fly There, and you can, for how much is it, $5 or something? You can fly a drone of someone in Budapest or someone in Korea, depending on the available pilots they have. We did something on it earlier in the year about Fly There, and I was almost tempted to do it, Eddie, but I just couldn't force myself through it.
you know what? I do have a question for you, Eddie. Skipping the subject, or if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
When you were doing the job for Harris, or when you're doing any of these commercial jobs, do you have to get any type of liability insurance?
Yes.
Now, are you getting it on the fly? I know they have an app where you can get your insurance right there on the spot. Are you using that, or you have an insurance company that covers your behind?
No, no, I'm doing it on the fly because right now, this is all new to me. So I don't have like a calendar booked with jobs. So I don't want to get like let's say, yearly subscription for an insurance policy, and I may get only 5 jobs this year. Like I don't know what's
Now,
up and coming.
what are you using? What are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I have to look at my phone. I used an insurance company that Tom recommended, Tom Doling.
Okay, Tom, Aerial Landscape. He comes into the chat quite
Yeah.
quite often. He was here earlier. Well, he's 107, and when he speaks, if he says something about 107, I usually listen because he's been a 107 pilot for a
I
while.
think Aerial Landscapes is William.
Yes, no, no, it's
Lens
right.
capture.
Aerial
Lens
Landscape.
lens
is William.
capture.
Capture, yeah.
What is it?
Lens capture.
Lens capture. Yes, I'm sorry. Lens capture. Who's in the chat? Who was in the chat room earlier? Anyway, it's 6:35. We have basically another 20 minutes left to the live stream. I think I've covered anything. If you want to put, if you want to put a way to contact you, Eddie, or even, you know what? I'll put your channel up. I'll go even further than that and put your channel up. I hope you picked up a few numbers while you were here,
I did.
if anything. And this will be kind of funny because now when you come into the chat, people are like, yo, how the hell did he get a blue wrench if they don't watch the live streams over? But there are Original Adobo is broadcasting, Drone Effects with Claude is broadcasting, Interactive DNA is broadcasting live, and Pusa Studios has one person waiting. They're scheduled to launch at 7 p.m. exactly when I go off tonight. So for those of you who wanted to know what was going on the internet, let me go to your page. Eddie Nunez, okay.
The insurance company I use, by the way, is very, very fly.
What happened?
Verifly.
Verifly, yes, the insurance company I'm using.
Verify. I have heard of them, but I had heard of them when they were still in the beta, um, testing. But I guess they have everything worked out. There's Eddie Nunez's channel. Please support him. Please, everyone, support each other.
Eddie, I'm not sure, but there's some kind of a matrix that what you have to calculate out is estimate how many actual hours in the air as a commercial pilot you plan on doing. And there's a point at, is it good to buy the regular insurance or use Verifly?
I've only used them. I mean, you have to select the area, how long, how far out you're gonna be flying, whether it's half a mile, if it's 2 miles, how long you're gonna be up in the air. You can select your policy limit, whether you want $1 million protection, 2.5. You can go up as high as 10 in some places, depending on the area.
Interesting. Al Diaz says he uses Sky Watchio. I've never heard of that one. Is that insurance on the fly, Al, as well? Or I'm not. Oh, you use a monthly setup to pass over to customers. Okay. All right. Well, Al Diaz, I know you probably do 107 daily, if not daily, very close to that.
That's good.
Herman, you've been a little quiet, man.
You won't let no one else talk.
Well, you gotta cut me off. You know,
Hey, Herman, Herman,
you see me quiet, that's why.
Herman, I owe you an apology too, my friend.
What happened?
No, you don't.
Herman invited me to go on Saturday Night Live with Herman last night, and I forgot and didn't do it. And I know he was on live last night doing his own live stream Saturday night with Herman. And I apologize, Herman. I am mea culpa,
Yeah, you forgot to send me the link.
Well, look. All right. There's not much left to the live stream.
One question for the group. Anybody got an idea what DJI is going to release on Tuesday evening?
The Phantom 5.
Turn that down.
Toy truck.
The Phantom 5.
I think an Inspire 3.
I think it's the Spark.
Ooh,
Toy
there
truck.
you go.
Yeah,
I
the
think it's
Spark.
gonna be another Matrice.
Another one.
Or in addition to the Matrice. Who
Why?
knows?
To be honest, I think it's a focus wheel for the Ronin.
They already have that, right?
I
Yeah.
think it's a focus wheel for the Ronin. But if you watch the video in the background really fast as he's turning this wheel, there is something spinning really fast, which lead a lot of people to think maybe they're trying to go RC, but I think it's a focus wheel, and they put that there as a distraction. Because if DJI gets into trucks too, they're going to be in drones and trucks. I think that's called a monopoly, guys.
Well, one thing, look at the last two items that they really, the big hits that they've done has been the Pocket and now the Action.
Yep.
Hey, Eddie,
They're actually getting away from drones. They're putting drones more professional, and they're putting consumer stuff on the ground.
hey, Eddie, Al Diaz says, try Sky Watchio
Crickets.
on the fly. He used to use Verify.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out, Al. Thank you for that.
Right, Elliot.
Huh?
Oh, Skywatch IO for Android. I mean for Apple. Okay, I got it. Skywatch for Apple.
Well, you
I
know,
don't allow those devices in my house. You
there's
gotta
some
leave it at the door.
there's some people that are thinking maybe DJI is going to evolve into artificial intelligence, and that it's going to be some kind of a robotic thing to hold the camera or the Ronin system so that it can move and slide and do all kinds of things on its own,
Well,
and while you control it.
well, Paul, if you remember the clip, there was something with a hinge. It
Yep.
looked like a little hinge that kind of folded back like this, but then they switched quickly to the little turning wheel. So
Yep.
I don't know. Hey, what's up, Geeks Vana? How are you? And thanks for popping in all the way from the UK.
How you doing?
One thing's for sure, DJI's got us talking about it.
True. True.
They hold their secrets better than Apple, which is really.
But I know people who are going to lose sleep Monday night until they find out what the hell is happening on Tuesday.
Yep.
And even the mobsters are taking bets on what DJI is going to launch. FYI.
I mean, on April, I'm looking at the internet right now, they denied rumors that they're discontinuing the Phantom.
Right,
So,
because
I mean,
they're not. They just ran into an issue with their parts distributor. Once they find a new parts distributor, I could see them continuing the Phantom and perhaps coming up with maybe another Phantom series. But for right now, I would do the same thing. If I sold pizza pie pans and I was running out of pizza pie pans, I would stop selling them until I found a place to get pizza pie pans.
Elliot, have you
Yes.
seen the reviews on the Evolve?
No.
DJI doesn't they don't have to worry about putting out anything right now. They can just still rely on the P4 Pro.
Right, exactly. I mean, that thing is still, you got that Sony sensor. They have no competition for it either.
Right. That's what I said. The Evolve made sure that they don't have to worry about pushing out that drone. They
Right.
could even that stuff that we all saw that was rumored, they can even take that back and rework it if they wanted to, because the Evolve just made it easy for them to just wait.
Well, Autel has always had in the past saying,
Evolve.
oh, I know, Evolve.
Yeah, the Evolve.
Right, the Evolve, yeah, but I'm talking, now I'm going to Autel. Autel has a uncanny thing of saying, oh, this is going to be upgraded. You buy now the cheap one and we'll come out with the better one. They did that with the X-Star, and they're doing that now with the Evo.
Right, and they never came out with the larger one.
It's still the same camera that was on the X-Star Premium is now on the Evo. It's the same camera.
Yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. And they said that with the Evo that they were coming out with all of these different intelligent flight modes, and it took 6 months.
Excuse my language. It never
took
happened.
6 months before
No,
that
you
came
have
out
a
as
point.
well.
I even saw that X-Star Premium with retractable landing gear.
Oh, remember that? Yes.
Hold on.
They got everybody going with that.
Geeks Mana does drone news on his channel as well. He says Google DJI RoboMaster and compare the wheels from the trailer teaser. Interesting. DJI RoboMaster. I have heard about that. I'm
DJI
gonna look at
Crane.
that. I need to go look at that now. DJI RoboMaster.
I think DJI is definitely becoming two separate companies, and they may get split up into two separate companies where there's going to be consumer electronics and commercial goods.
Well,
Interesting.
didn't they say that like last fall that they were going to, at the same time with the Phantom thing, that they were going to shift their focus now into the more commercial side?
Okay, well, guys, I just pulled up something called DJI RoboMaster, and from what I see here,
Sounds like a DJ.
oh, they're having a RoboMaster death match. Oh, that's interesting. You guys need to look at this at your convenience. I'm just
They're
going
robotics.
to copy it, but it's basically a robot. It's basically a robot that can carry a camera.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Basically what the RoboMaster is. What's up, Reaper X, FPV? Welcome to Sunday Nights.
What are they going to do with that? Diffuse bombs with it or something? Well, I mean, like,
no. What you actually do is you put a Ronin on top of it, and you can control it, remote control it, and get that smooth dolly pan and stuff.
How big is this thing?
How big is it? It could bite you in the shin.
So we're gonna put a Ronin on him for doing what? To catch legs?
I have no idea, dude. You know,
hey, you're gonna get those guys that for the upskirt videos. That's what they're gonna be using.
Only you, Elliot. Only you.
I'm consistent.
For upskirts. Well, I don't know about that, Elliot. Only you could come up with something like that.
All right. Yes.
Eddie, I thank you for coming in, man. The live stream is almost over.
I gotta see
and
what you're planning.
hopefully we got your numbers up and you'll be back to hang out with us.
Yes, I'll be back. And I did get some new add-ons to my channel.
Well, that's what it's all about. You just have to be able to go to these other live streams too. But you can't use the word that begins with S and ends with a B. You can't use anything like that. I mean, this is not a sub for sub channel. You can say that. But you basically can't use anything with that word. Or any derivative of that word when you go to others' live streams, or they'll time you out.
Good to know.
You know,
just the chance to be here with these guys is worth the whole week's wait. And then Wednesday night, you got Herman in the captain's chair. So
that's true. We do have Herman coming on Wednesday nights.
I thought
sometimes on Saturday if you can't get a date going on.
Yeah, I thought Saturday night was it too, but that was my mistake. I didn't. I guess Herman gave me a little teaser there.
I was very busy Saturday.
Paul, I did hear that you were trying to get Herman to go live, and he was trying to get you to go live. That sounded kind of funny. I got a good little chuckle out of that.
Paul goes live every day.
Herman was asking who was going to be on Saturday night because Roger said he wasn't going to.
Right.
And Herman put his hand up, and I said, "Okay, Herman, I'll support that. And if you want to go live, I will come on your channel with you." And of course, then Herman starts doing the backpedaling, and he grumbles that, "There you go, there you go."
All I asked was who was going on because somebody's always on.
I figured you would have the schedule, Paul, being that you're on all the live streams.
Man, I tell you what, it gets confusing after a while. I gotta tell you.
You know what?
I know you got a chalkboard up there.
Channel.
He's got the chalkboard. You know you have the TV guide. Well, Paul's got the chalkboard writing people in.
We need a live stream channel that just tells you who's on when.
Yeah, that's what they need. YouTube needs a live stream guy.
Right,
Yeah.
right. You just read off a pre-recorded video or something to that effect.
Yep. In between yep. And if you don't know, you can go and check. Yep.
Kitty, come on, I gotta go.
Hey, quick question for you, Justin. Justin, can you hear me? He's moving around with his phone. I don't think he can hear me. I gave Justin, if you look at the spot right here on the wall, I gave him that particular racing drone to finish putting together for me. I
Is that
want to
the one
see someone real having some flights before oh, here's something I wanted to show you guys. You know how they're always complaining that drone pilots how drone pilots are always in the way and stuff like that? Well, this is out here where I live, and if you watch, you'll see a plane on the left come out of nowhere. Now, I was at 100, I was at 150 feet, and this plane, I was about to go out over the water, and this particular plane just flew by me at maybe 175 feet.
Oh wow.
You know, so just goes to show these guys in these planes and helicopters fly a lot more reckless than a lot of drone pilots I know. Seriously, you know. So
Yeah, because if anything would have gone wrong with him pulling up right there, making that turn, you know how much destruction he would have caused?
exactly, but I was actually going to head out over the water at 150 feet, and to see this plane come out of nowhere from the side like that, let's just say I decided to take my drone down for the day. You know, that's it. You have 9 minutes left to the stream, and nothing left. I'm burnt out.
Yeah, Bert.
Well, I do want to bring up again that I'm going to be in Coney Island later.
What time are you heading over there, Elliot?
I was going to leave here about 7:30. Get some night shots down there. Get some stills. If you want to get some shots down there, why don't you meet me?
Okay, I'll send you a message on the side.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're not doing nothing, go hang out with Elliot. And here's another thing that I've come to realize when you're with Elliot. If the police show up, you just point and say I'm with him.
This is my flight crew. This is my flight crew who I'm flying with. That's what we say.
And then they'll give you 2 tickets.
I had to throw it. Yeah, right.
As long as you state them as your flight crew, they're working with you. So
that's right. Yeah, well, all you guys at the same time, you point at Elliot and say, he's the pilot in command over there. He's the PI.
Right.
Yeah, it's his fault. Just point and just say it's his fault.
Herman gave me an idea today, and I swear to God, I want to try this. But he told me about a video of a guy who pulled up to a construction site with just his controller.
Well, he was actually on the street, on the public street.
Right, in a public street in front of a construction site with his drone controller, and he's looking up going, back, you know, and I would be interested to see how many people would stop and see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I really want to try that, Herman. We must do a test on that, Herman, and see what happens.
I want to do the same thing, but I want to be in the middle of Central Park with the vest that says certified FAA drone pilot and my controller with no drone up in the air, and I just want to see what people's reaction is.
A plane passing over the top of the city. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, I want to see how many times the cops are going to be dispatched over to me.
Well, first thing, you better wear rubber underwear because they might tase your ass. So just make sure you have some Depends on. So after they tase you and you defecate on yourself, it's easy to clean.
Was Eddie in the park the day that newbie was watching the wrong drone and put his into the water?
No, Eddie didn't know us then.
Oh,
no.
Eddie didn't know us then. That happened.
The funniest story of all time.
That happened about 2 years ago. That was crazy. The one from Francis Lewis. And I don't think Elliot wasn't there either that particular time.
No, I was not.
but he was in the group at the time.
Yeah.
Eddie was at that meetup where one of the members told me I'm 700 feet over the FDR.
Recently, about 3 weeks ago, I was at Roosevelt Island. I want to say it was like nine o'clock,
Don't mention no
9:30.
names. Don't mention any names, so you don't incriminate anyone.
No. This was just me, and this lady is jogging by and stops and just starts staring at me and call the cops on me.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she said that I'm doing something illegal. She said that my controller, because I have the sentence for the Inspire. She said my controller looks like something to detonate a bomb, and
She what?
yeah, and that she doesn't feel safe. So I told her, listen, lady, just stop talking to me and move away from me and leave me alone. And she goes, well, just to make sure that you're safe and I'm safe, I'm gonna call the cops. And I said, do whatever you want. Just stop.
Did she whip out her phone and just start videoing you the whole entire time until the cops got there?
No. She kept walking. So I thought maybe she didn't call the cops. And then about like 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, I have 3 cop cars that pull up.
What did they say to you? What did they say?
He asked me if I'm flying a drone. I said yes. And then he said, you got to bring it down because this is a restricted area. There's heliports. And I said, listen, it's 9 o'clock at night. There's no helicopters flying. The heliports are closed. I'm, F-107 certified. He said, I don't want to hear it. He goes, just pack it up and go. Or if he goes, or I can call my supervisor and we can take this another route.
See, well, he was saying that.
That's a New York cop for you.
Wasn't he?
He
Sorry?
doesn't know what he's doing, but he's the guy in authority here, so he's going to push his weight around.
Yeah. So at that point, I was done already. So I packed up, and he waited for me to bring the drone back, and at that point, I was over the Citibank tower. So I brought the drone back, packed it up, and I left.
Okay, all right. Well, I don't see any tase marks, so I guess you survived.
Hey, Eddie, the time I was surrounded by border agents and everybody else, way back when, I handed them all out my business cards, and then I gave a small demonstration afterwards when I come back and land and say, any of you guys want to fly this or what? And now they all wave at me. We're the best of friends. And
Well, one time I got questioned by the cops. They said, where are you flying? I was like, pointing over there. Oh, okay, have fun. That was it.
See, it doesn't work like that where I live. They either tell you to bring it down or they just look at you and say, what kind of drone is it? I have one too. So it's
Yeah, I've experienced that one where the cops rolled up on me at Orchard Beach, and he goes, "Oh, it's nice to fly here. I fly here too."
Well, 2 months ago, I was in Red Hook by that alleyway right after the Valentino Pier.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, we know that street.
Yeah, so it was like 11 o'clock at night. It was me and another member from 5 boroughs. And,
I know which one.
Yeah, and then so I see the NYPD SUV. They turn off all their lights, and they're just letting the car roll over to us. They want to be as quiet as possible. I see them coming, and then once they got to my vehicle, they put on their strobe lights and their high beams, and just lit us up.
And what happened?
Nothing. We just started talking. They asked me a couple of questions as how the drone works, and it was 2 female cops, and I let them fly.
You let them fly?
Yeah, I let them fly. I gave them the controller. I said, "Here, test it out for yourself. Go wherever you want."
Eddie, I'm gonna go on a line here and say we all as drone pilots need to start doing this to show the police officer drone community relationship. When they offer to fly or cops are nearby, ask to take their picture, ask them to, they help you promote this good drone pilot, good cop relationship? Because a lot of cops here in New York, even if they don't have drones, they're interested and they want to know about them because they don't believe the crap that they're being told by their superior officers.
Well, also they have police officers that got the opportunity to use the drones, but they're not getting those opportunities.
You see Ken Herron's video about the police department?
Yes.
Yeah. Listen, guys, it's 6:58. Eddie, hold on a second. I just want to end the live stream, and it's 6:58. And we're going to do one drop, and then we're going to end the live stream.
All right, wait, I got a couple of things. Wait, could I close out before you close out?
Go ahead.
Okay. A couple of things, everybody. If you need events, weddings, sweet 16s, anything, How we doing out there? I'm sorry. Justin, you're stepping all over me.
Who, me? Oh, I was looking
Yeah.
at my. Oh, sorry, that was my garage. Sorry.
Oh, you see that? Look at that. You killed that. I got to stop.
All right, try
Okay.
it again. Try it again.
Weddings, bar mitzvahs, sweet 16s, any types of parties or anything like that. As far as photography, don't forget to hit up Eddie. He's very, very nice work. Does
What's
really
up,
good
Mike?
work.
Philly Drone Life. Got in here a little late. We're about to end the live stream. And
Tonight, I'm going to be down in Coney Island. Anybody needing help with long exposures and nighttime photography, either be on cameras or drones,
Hey, Elliot.
DM
Elliot,
me.
when,
Yes.
when you said exposures, I'm glad you added and photography because as I'm going, like, was this an
all right,
Elliot?
let's do this
I
drop.
said long exposures and nighttime
Let's do
photography.
this drop so we can get out of here. Watching in the background. Thank you, William. That's not William. That's Brant Ariels. There's a few Ariels in here. Anyway, Sunday Nights with Those Guys was brought to you by those
That
guys.
guy.
And that's how we end. Thank you guys very much. See you next week. Don't forget Wednesday Nights with Those Guys on Phantom Flight 101's channel and everyone else out there. Philly Drone Life, Al Diaz, Geeks Vana, everyone else that I
There
picked.
may be somebody else that's going to pop up on their channel, so keep tuned.
Yes, Eddie. Billy Kyle will be here on the 23rd of this month. Later, guys.